Hello guys, this is my first set of video on quantitative aptitude, which is useful for all your banking and competitive examinations. So I'm going to start with numbers, which is very important and basic for the entire quantitative aptitude. I would request everybody to listen to the entire video in order to understand how the numbers work, because you would have majority of calculations done on numbers. Once you are done with this video, it will be very useful for you to solve any problem with very less time. So before I could start, I'm going to teach you some tricks in order to find out how you can solve an calculation in very less time. Like the first thing is like how to find out the squares of the numbers ending with 5. Like if you have 5 into 5 equal to 25, 15 into 15, 225. And how about like 25 into 25, 625, you would be away till 25 or maximum 30. How about numbers like 55 into 55 and 65 into 65? So I'm going to show you a trick here which actually shows where exactly the trick is. So it's like 65 into 65. You need to know what the next number after the 6 is. Like it's 6 plus 1, which I have mentioned it as like 6 plus 1 equal to 7. And step 1 is like 6 into 7 equal to 42, and the step 2 is 5 into 5, 25. We already know that 5 into 5 equal to 25. When we join both, it comes as 42 into 25. In the same way, like if you wanted to find out what is 75 into 75, like the number after 7 is 8, so 7 8 is 56, and 5 into 5 is 25. 25 is constant, like becomes 56 into 25. In the same way, you can apply it from 15 as well. 15 into 15, like after 1 it's 2, 1 into 2 equal to 2, and next step is 5 into 5, 25, it's 225. The next trick which I am going to show you is squares of numbers multiplied by 1. Like 1 into 1 equal to 1, 11 into 11 equal to 121. So how about the number ending with like 111 into 111? So it's just a series and a simple trick that you need to understand. It depends on the number of ones that you have. Like the step 1 shows that number of digits is 3, like we would write it as 1 2 3, and from there it goes on the reverse side, like by decreasing 1 from it. Like you have 3 digits, so minus 1, 2 digits, 2 and 1, so 111 into 111 equal to 1 2 3, it's 3 digits, and 2 1 in reverse order. In the same way, 1 1 1 1 for once it's 1101. It's like 1111 into 1111 equal to 1 2 3 4 3 2 1. So if you know some of the tricks like this, it makes it make the calculation simple, and it will be easy for you to answer any questions, and you don't have to waste much time as well. So let me get into the topic right now. The topic is about types of numbers. What are the types of numbers? So the first comes is the natural numbers, counting from 1 till infinity. All the positive numbers are called as natural numbers, and what are whole numbers? All the counting numbers starting with 0 till infinity are called whole numbers. So you need to know what are natural numbers and whole numbers, because you might have questions asked upon the natural numbers and whole numbers. When you don't know the definition of what the numbers are, it will be hard for you to solve the problem. Then it comes to the integers. All the natural numbers, negative and positive numbers, start including 0 are called as integers. There are positive integers which starts with 1, negative integers starts with -1, and non-positive and non-negative numbers are zeros. And very important, you need to know what are even numbers and odd numbers. And the majority of people would have known what is even number and odd number, but I'm just going to give you a brief. A number which is divisible by 2 is called as even number, and a number which is not divisible by 2 is called as odd number. And prime numbers, it's very important for you to remember all the prime numbers till 100. Like if you know which are prime numbers, you would get to know like it's not divisible by any number. So it's like you have all the numbers here, like 2 till 97, which are known as prime numbers. a number which is divisible by 1 and itself is known as a prime number. So if you need to find out if the number is a prime number, if it's more than 100, then you have an technique to find it out. So you have to take the approximate square root of the number. Like if I take it as the example here, it's 191. So 14 square is 196 if you could calculate. So I have taken the approximate of it is 13.9, so I would take it as 14. So a number less than 14, which are like the prime numbers less than 14, if those numbers are divisible by 191, then it's a prime. Otherwise it's not a prime number. So here when we could see 191 is not divisible by 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. That means it's not not divisible, that means a prime number. If it's divisible, it's not a prime number. So it's not divisible here, so it's a prime number. So a numbers greater than 1 which are not prime are known as composite numbers, and co-primes are the numbers which HCF is 1. So numbers which HCF is 1 is known as co-primes. I'm going to start my next video in which I'm going to teach you what is HCF and LCM. So next thing that you need to understand is what is if the number is divisible by 2, 3 or 4 or 6, in order to exactly find out how the calculation works. Rather than doing a simple calculation, you can go for an bigger number calculation which would give you the result faster. So you have a trick in aptitude, you have a trick everywhere in order to find out the solution. So you need to know the simplest trick in order to find out what the problem is and how to get the resolution out of it. So if you could see, the numbers divisible by 2 always ends with 0468. 02468 are the numbers which are divisible by 2, and if sum of the number is divisible by 3, that means that number is divisible by 3. Like if you could see, like 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3, that means 6 is divisible by 3, that means 1, 2, 3 is divisible by 3. The same way I have example here, 592, 482, sum of the number is 30 and which is divisible by 3, so this whole number is divisible by 3. So when you check for a number divisible by 4, if the last 2 digits is divisible by 4, that means the number is divisible by 4. Like if you have a number 892648, 48 is divisible by 4, that means this number is divisible by 4. And a number ends with 5 or 0 is always divisible by 5, and a number divisible by both 2 and 3, that means it has to satisfy both the equations here. Like it should be divisible by 2, which should be ending with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and the sum of it should be divisible by 3. Only then it is divisible by 6. So you need to know these tricks in order to know if that number can be divided by 6 or 4, so that you can make your calculation easier. So next, when it comes to calculations, many of us make mistakes because they know how to calculate, but they don't know the order of calculating it. So the very important aspect of numbers is like people knowing about BODMAS. BODMAS is nothing but brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. You have to follow this hierarchy in order to do any solutions. First you need to solve the brackets, then the powers, then division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So I have a small example here for you. Like you have a number like this. So when it comes to BODMAS, the first thing that you need to do, we don't have any brackets here and we don't have any of, that means order. So we have division here, so we would start with division. So 30 divided by minus 5, that comes as minus 6. So I have started with division. Next comes, so there is no division here. Next comes the multiplication, M as in BODMAS. 4 into 2, it comes as minus 8. Then it comes addition. So when it comes to addition and subtractions, both have the same power. So we can calculate it both in the same way. Minus 6 minus 8 minus 14 plus 14, it becomes 0. So you need to ensure that you follow this bottommost policy in order to make any calculations when it is given in this order, because this is very much important for IBPS and SBA and RRBs, because you would have direct questions asked on this. So I would ask you to remember this in order to solve the problems in the examinations. Next it comes arithmetic progressions. Like progressions, you have a continuous series of numbers and you need to find out the 10th digit or sum of the numbers. Like arithmetic progression is nothing but you would have a difference of specific number. Like I have a number here 2, 4, 6, 8. The difference between every number is 2. Like 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 2 10. So it's called as difference equal to, like any, I have given it as t2 minus t1, like t2 term 2 minus term 1. It might be like term 3 minus term 2. So 4 minus 2 equal to 2. A is the first digit of the number, and Tn is nothing but term of nth digit. Nth digit is nothing but if you wanted to find out fourth digit, like you have a series 2, 4 and so on as arithmetic progression, you need to find out fourth digit. A equal to 2, digit 4 minus 1 equal to 3, and difference equal to 2. So this is where once you substitute all the numbers into it, you would get to know what the nth digit is. So I have it here said A is 2, 3 minus 1 equal to 2, and B equal to 2, it becomes 8. So you need to know the formula in order to find out what the nth term is, and we have some formulas here, like sum of all the natural numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7. The formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. If you wanted to know sum of the number still 5 into 6, like 5 plus 1 6 by 2, like it becomes 15. So once you calculate 1 plus 2 equal to 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15. So you have a formula like this, and the sum of the squares of the numbers, sum of the cubes of the numbers. So it's n into n plus 1 by 2 for sum of the natural numbers. Sum of the squares of natural numbers equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, and sum of the cubes of natural number n square into n plus 1 whole square by 4. And you have something like geometric progression, which is like series of numbers which has a multiple in common, like 2 into 2 equal to 4, 4 into 2 equal to 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32. So the first digit would be 2, and the difference would be r. It's like a2 by a1 or a3 by a2, so the difference would be 2. So you have formulas here like sum of the nth terms or nth term of the number. Like you wanted to find any term, you need to substitute into this formula with all the digits here. A r into n is the nth number of term that you need, and this is sum of the numbers. Sum of n terms would be a into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. This is a formula which you need to substitute the numbers in order to find out what the sum of the series of the numbers would be. With this, I would conclude the chapter numbers. So I would soon be back with LCMs, HCF and other numbers. I would request you to go through this video and you to subscribe for more videos, and please ensure that you remember all the formulae that you have, and use the simple trick in order to solve the calculations, which would make aptitude very easier. It's easy for you to score 10% out of this. So all the best for all of you, and I'll be back with the next video. Thank you all for watching.